Silly season 2026. So let's look at the grid in 2026. What I'm expecting and how wrong I'll most likely be. Let's do this from the bottom of the constructor standings upwards, and that means Stake F1 is the first team. Stake or Sauber is going to be Audi in 2026, but the changes will be made in 2025, so I still call them Stake with the green livery. Deal with it. Also, there won't be any change. Hulkenberg is the German driver they want in the German team, and Bortoleto is a rookie. He'll do alright, make mistakes, and he'll get another year. The Audi team has lowered their expectations anyway, so chasing a world champion is futile. No change there. Boring. I think Hulkenberg was brought in to be the German driver for the German team. Bortoleto, I typed it wrong. It's not Bortoleto, it's Bortoleto. I just noticed it, so I apologize to all the Bortoleto fans. I don't want everybody in Brazil to be angry with me. Yeah, I think he's a rookie. He had a brilliant F2 season. And, you know, in that car, it's very hard to show things. And he'll crash a few times and, you know, maybe false start or whatever. Just rookie stuff. But he'll be decent enough. The next team is Williams. James Vowles made a great deal with Carlos Sainz and paired up with Alex Albon. He has the perfect upper midfield lineup. I don't think either of them are world champion material per se, but in a team that is building for the future, they are perfect. If they are getting podiums in 2026, then for 2027, a big fish could be landed. Two solid good drivers are best for that team at this stage. That's what I think of Williams. Pretty much the same story as with the Audi team. There's no point in shaking that up after the 2025 season, looking at where Williams is now, or where it's going to be in 2025. James Vowles has already said that 2025 is going to be a very hard year for Williams, and it's all going to be focused on 2026, and they're building for something in the future, and they're pretty much surviving. You know, they've done a big step with getting the proper software in instead of spreadsheets over the winter last year, and over the season, they had many crashes with Sargent and Colapinto and Albon, but I don't think they'll let those two drivers struggle for 2025 and then kick one of them out in 2026. And then we have the Red Bull sister team Racing Bulls. There will be a change there. Tsunoda will be let go for super talent Lindblad. Hadjar will be the team leader after a decent 2025 season. The two Red Bull teams will use their own engines from the Red Bull Powertrains division, and the deal with Honda has expired. I'm sorry, Yuki, but you have to make place for a Red Bull Junior. Lindblad is the next Verstappen, says Helmut Marko. He'll be 18 by then and just finished his first season in F2. So that's what I'm thinking. Yuki Tsunoda was there mostly on behalf of Honda, seeing how disappointed he was that he wasn't going to get upgraded to the Red Bull team. And you know, I think that was never the intention. The intention was always to please Honda because they delivered those super duper engines where Max won 4 championships and 2 constructors championships in. So yeah, they did it to favor Honda, and that's going to be over now. And now they're going to be focused on their own young drivers, which is something I really like. And then Hadjar, you know, he's a feisty little fella, and I think that feistiness, that suits Red Bull. They're always the rebel, as they used to advertise with. Yeah, Lindblad, he's been hyped up as the new Max. And if Helmut Marko says that, and, you know, he does reasonably okay in F2, then I don't see why they shouldn't put him in the sister team. Next up is Haas. Ocon is just hired, and I rate him as pretty much equal to Hulkenberg, who left for Audi. I think Ocon will do just as well, and this guy does have podiums and even a win. Behrman is a rookie, and I don't think he'll be ready for Ferrari yet. Maybe in 2027 to replace Hamilton, or will his countryman leave Ferrari earlier? That would shake things up again, but we're not at Ferrari yet. So far, I have Behrman another year at the Ferrari sister team Haas. Yeah, that's what I think about Haas. New lineup, a rookie that you can't kick out after the first year. A Ferrari junior, so probably Ferrari has a say in that as well. And They just hired Ocon, which is, you know, pretty much a copy of Hulkenberg. You know, tall, decent driver with plenty of experience. Now it's time for Alpine. Flavio Briatore is pulling the strings, and it's so obvious as to what's gonna happen. It's almost too boring to talk about. Doohan will be demoted to reserve, and Colapinto will take his seat. Probably this season already. Gasly will keep on shining at the French team until it becomes high-tech. Then things will change again. You know, the high-tech thing is also coming up, even though it's all not official yet. But Oliver Oakes there, who used to work for high-tech, the team not using Renault engines anymore. The connection is easy made. Doohan is apparently only signed for 6 races, and Abu Dhabi counted for that as well. So I think Miami might be his last race for Alpine, and then Colapinto's going to take over. Feel sorry for Doohan, but then again, maybe he knew the jig was up as soon as he signed for 6 races. Aston Martin is next. Guess what? Stroll is finally out. Honda will push for Tsunoda with the engines they supply, so he'll be there to assist Alonso in his title bid before he finally retires. It will be awesome to see the wee man from Japan in a team higher than the RB team, and who knows what he can do there. Lance Stroll can do WEC. Everyone happy. Yeah, everyone happy. Lance Stroll with his grumpy frickin' face, he's gone. Yuki Tsunoda, a driver everybody loves, he'll still have a seat. Alonso, he might have better equipment, thanks to Adrian Newey. Yeah, Aston Martin is promising a lot. Mercedes is another team with a rookie. Obviously, Wolff won't let a young talent pass him by again, like with Verstappen, and he won't kick the young Italian out, no matter how often he crashes in FP1. And Russell is a good guy to lead the team until Kimi gets better than him. I think Russell will get another contract, but not a very long one. A 1+1, just to be sure, in case when Verstappen shows up, they have a spot. Yeah, that's what I think was going to happen with Mercedes. Colapinto is, also a driver hyped up as much as Max was when he was 17. And Toto Wolff always regretted, not having a place for Max. That's why he's trying so hard now. And he'll give Colapinto the opportunity to show himself for a couple of years. So that means he'll be there for 2026. And Russell is the replaceable guy then. They will have to sign a new contract this season because the 2025 season is the last season for Russell's contract. But I'm pretty sure that around the summer break, they'll announce that Russell will get an extension of 1 year. And then an option for another year. He won't be happy with it, but yeah, that's how it goes at Mercedes. Like, Bottas got 1 year deals 5 years in a row. And now the mighty Red Bull team, where every second driver crumbles under the pressure of having to drive that Max Verstappen pointy car. I don't think Liam Lawson will do other than okay in 2025, but I think his lows will be higher than Checo's, so he'll remain in that seat, also because there's no real alternative. Max Verstappen is a man of his word. If he says a move to another team is not a topic, then it isn't. Yeah, that's what I think. I've heard Max Verstappen say loads of times that he's happy with Red Bull, and it would also be very cool to drive his whole career there. He'll be Mr. Red Bull for the rest of his life, and he doesn't care that people say, yeah, Max only won all his championships at Red Bull, he should have done that at another team. He won't care, because the numbers will be the numbers. Yeah, Liam Lawson, I think he'll do better than Checo with more confidence, and if he gets a few podiums and a few P4, P5, then I think Red Bull will be happy enough, and not too many crashes, and hopefully he'll get better next season. Yeah, so I don't see why Red Bull should change that lineup. Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. I think Leclerc will slaughter Hamilton. Team LH will accept this as there's much to get used to in the new team. And then it all remains to be seen. These 2026 cars may be even weirder to drive than the ground effect cars. And it's been said that his style doesn't match with it. Leclerc will also drive for Ferrari, just like Verstappen does for Red Bull, until the end. Yeah, that's what I think. I think Leclerc will spend his whole career, after Sauber, Ferrari. He'll never leave Ferrari, and he's going to leave in 2030 as a Ferrari driver and not adventures anywhere else. That's what I think. I think the media and Team LH and basically the whole F1 fandom will accept that Lewis Hamilton is not going to be Charles Leclerc, because, like I said in a video previously, he's in a new team, in a completely different culture, speaking another language. He's 40 years old, and he's up against Charles Leclerc. There's no shame in not beating Charles Leclerc in the first season, so I don't think he's going to be let go. There is a possibility that it's going so badly that he says, oh fuck this, I'm leaving. McLaren. The McLaren duo is solid. Two friendly, pretty level-headed dudes in a team on an upward trajectory. Both of them would be really silly to leave, especially before the wrecks come in. Will they fight? Yes, but Stella and Brown will sort it out. The papaya way. I think there will be plenty of occasions where Norris and Piastri will be in each other's way. There will be plenty to deal with, but they're two nice guys, good, talented drivers. I'd say it's the most level duo out there, I'd say that they're the strongest lineup, as in being level. Yeah, like I said, level-headed, good, solid drivers. And I see no need for McLaren to replace them. And then there's the new team, Cadillac. I have Colton Herta as a driver, as he's getting sick of the questions about it, and Checo Perez, as he's got big money for the team with the sponsors he brings along. Sorry, that was a short one. Colton Herta gets asked all the time, are you going to be in the Cadillac team? Are you going to be in the Cadillac team? Are you going to be in the Cadillac team? So for everybody, he's, regarded as the number one pick. Now, I was in a Tomo video 6 weeks ago talking about the lineup, and then I said it was going to be, I think I said it was Palou and Jack Crawford, because he's American, I think, and Zhou Guanyu as a reserve driver. But at the time I didn't know Perez was available, so see you later, everybody. Doei doei.